We're going to start with a video on how to build ductwork, rectangle or square, depending on what dimensions you need, for using basic machines to get started for a small shop. We're going to build a piece of rectangle ductwork using a Pittsburgh machine and a 4-foot brake. This is a 3-foot piece of ductwork, cross broke with a sheet metal brake. That's what the X is. We built the end cap, and we're using a Pittsburgh machine. There's several other machines, seams we can use, but what we're going to use in this one is the Pittsburgh. This is the most affordable option to get into building your own ductwork and fabricating. And the Pittsburgh machine uses 1 inch of material for the female side and uses a 1/4 inch for the male side. So you have to allow 1 1/4 inches for the seam, and it fits together like so, and then you beat this tail over, and we'll show you how to build this in the video. We're going to make a piece of 20 by 10 duct. We have to allow 1 inch for the Pittsburgh seam, 1/4 inch for the male that fits into the Pittsburgh seam. To build a 20 by 10 piece of duct, we need the piece 31 1/4. So we're going to mark off 31 1/4, and how I do it, I use 31 1/4, and I use a crow's foot, which is a V. Crow's foot I use is a V that helps me line it up on the shear, because I can see down the blade of the shear. It helps you line up to cut. And I'm looking down the blade, and I just put the tip of the V's on the blade. Okay, we're going to show you how to lay out the piece of duct and notch it. So what we had is we got our 10 inches. We allow our 1 inch for our Pittsburgh. This is our 20. This is the 1/4 inch for the male that fits inside of the Pittsburgh. What we're going to do is take 3 sides of this and mark 1 inch with the scribe. So I've got a scribe here. I'm going to set it 1 inch. Then we got a 1/4 inch, so I'll reset the scribe for 1/4 inch. Now we got to come in, because we're making this a piece of duct, we got to come in and mark this at 11, or 10 inches plus that 1 inch. So the scribe I use goes out to 12 inches. So we mark this at 11. I scribe it. So right now we have our 1 inch, 10 inch, we've got a line at 11, 20 inches, and our 1/4. Now what we need to do is notch this. So we notch this 1 inch, we come in here, we notch it about a 15-degree angle, or allow about a 1/4 inch, just kind of give it the good eye. It's no. Notch the next one. About a 15-degree angle. Come in here at our 11-inch mark. Notch it. Now we have our piece of ductwork notched and ready to bend and run through the Pittsburgh machine. We're going to use a 10 knocker 24 gauge Pittsburgh machine to make the Pittsburgh seam. We're going to put the X or cross break it. We go to our notches, clamp it down, put just enough bend that makes it rigid so it doesn't go backwards, keeps the ductwork from popping. Okay, now that we have our X built, we have to bend that 1/4 inch. And you can see it right down the line. Bend it up at a 90 degree. We line up our notch. (90°). We've just built one section of our ductwork. We're going to assemble the two L's to make the complete piece of duct. Sheet metal hammers are flat on one side, so you can either set and beat it down like this, or you can put the hammer sideways. Okay, we can use a pneumatic Pittsburgh seam hammer. It is a lot faster to close the seam than a hammer. So we'll put it together. I like to line up the ends and then do a couple with a hammer. Keeps them from sliding. Now we have to bend our drive cleats. We're going to hook this together with S&N drives. So we have to bend a 1/2 inch. This is for our drive cleats to assemble. Now there's two ways of doing it. This is most guys carry one of these on their truck. Then we're going to build one with the with a cleat bender. Okay, this is the way, and then if you're doing a lot of ductwork, you'll want to use the next step, a cleat bender to build it. Okay, to bend the drive cleats on the ductwork, we're going to use a 10-knucker 30-inch cleat bender, and this bends the half-inch. Okay, to use a cleat bender, you have the top one. This pulls it over part way. There's another handle back here that you hit, release. You push it forward and it drops back out. And then you bring that top one back over. It bends your half-inch, but it doesn't smash it over all the way. Because if it's smashed all the way, you can't get your drive cleat on. We're going to make a 20 by 10 end cap to go on the piece of ductwork we built. To make a 20 by 10 end cap, we have to add 2 inches all the way around. So we need 12 by 22 inch piece, and we'll notch it and bend it so the S and drives go together. Now we have to scribe a line 1 inch all the way around. Notch these at a 15-degree angle, approximate. Now we have our end cap notched and ready to bend. Now we're going to I like to put an X on my end caps or cross break them. So we're going to do this on our 10-knucker 4-foot box and pan brake. We go from notch to notch. Now we have a cross broke. Then we have to bend this half-inch for our drive cleats. And you can do this on the brake. Usually when you bend a half-inch so it fits together seamlessly, usually you want to mark a line at 3/8 of an inch. Mark 3/8 of an inch with the scribe. The opposite side of the X. So when you bend this, the X is facing out. So now we put it in our sheet metal brake. Our 3/8 inch, we're right on that 3/8. We bend it all the way over. You push it down, but you don't smash the seam all the way. Now we put it in the brake just so the edge goes over. Pull it down just far enough that it leaves the seam open. Now we're ready to bend our 1 inch for our S cleats. up at a 90 degree. Okay, this has to be bent up at a 90. It's tough to bend it all the way on the brake, but with the 10 knocker finger brake, box and pan brake, you can remove the fingers. The various depths can be adjusted by moving the fingers. You can space the fingers up apart to make up the space. Now we can bend that up at the 90. The 10 knocker 4-foot box and pan brake has removable fingers that can be adjusted to various widths to accommodate different ductwork sizes. Now to put the end cap on, we're going to use S cleats. So we got to cut them to length. I usually put them up there, cut them about 1/4 of an inch short. Makes it easy for assembly. You get it too tight, it's too tough to. We need 2 of them. So once we got our one size determined, we can now once they're cut, they're smashed together, so we have to take a screwdriver, shove all the way in and just spread them apart. Makes it for easier assembly. Now I like to put they're S's, I like to put them so they're facing out. It just makes it easier to put the ductwork together. Okay, then we slide the 1 inch that we built, bent at a 90. Now we have to cut drive cleats. I like to have them about 1 inch longer. So we take and we have to spread these apart also, so they they're spread apart. Now it hooks onto both sides. You leave approximately the same amount on each side. Now we bend them over. Rather than buying your own S and drive cleats, you can make your own S and drive cleats with the tin knocker 4-plex machine, and you can turn all your scrap metal into actually saving you money. We got the tin knocker 4-plex, we can make S and drives, and we can turn our scrap into useful material. The tin knocker 4-plex with the slitter attachment, you can take all your scrap metal that normally you would just throw away and turn it into useful product and save you money. And this machine will actually pay for itself.